everyone. I'm Bonnie Reddick. Good morning, everyone. I'm Bonnie Reddick, the Executive Director for RTO9. I've been with the organization since its inception in 2011. In my role, I lead the development and execution of RTO9's strategic and annual business plan in collaboration with the board of directors and staff. I oversee all financial operations, transfer payment agreements, and organizational initiatives while providing leadership and support to staff and volunteers. This position oversees partnerships, funding programs, marketing deliverables, ensures compliance with the government's and reporting requirements, and facilitates board and annual general meetings. Acting as RTO9's key liaison, I represent the organization with government, industry partners, and external committees to advance tourism development across the region while working closely with our regional development advisors, Louis, Mia, and Katie. And we have Mia here with us today. We would like to acknowledge the land that we identify as RTO9 is the traditional territory of the Haudenosaunee, Anishinaabe, and Huron-Wendat peoples. RTO9 honors the land, the people, and the treaties, recognizing the original guides of these territories and their enduring contributions. As treaty people, we all share the responsibility to uphold these agreements in a fair and respectful way. As a partner of Indigenous Tourism Ontario, RTO9 is committed to supporting Indigenous communities by creating space for their stories and helping foster socioeconomic growth through tourism. As I mentioned, RTO9 is one of 11 regional tourism organizations that were created and funded by the Ministry of Tourism, Culture and Gaming. Representing Southeastern Ontario, RTO9 brings together tourism partners across 11 destinations, spanning from Cornwall, Stormont, Dundas, and Glengarry, and Prescott Russell in the east, along the St. Lawrence River through Brockville, Gananoque, and Kingston. The region also includes shared tourism assets such as the Rideau Canal with RTO11 and Ottawa Tourism, the Frontenac County and Lennox and Addington with local partners. In the west, RTO9 represents the Bay of Quinte, Prince Edward County, uniting the region under a collaborative tourism umbrella. Now I'm going to turn it over to Mia.
Hi everyone, my name is Mia Robertson. I'm the Regional Development Advisor with the Ministry of Tourism, Culture and Gaming. Just to give you I've been with the ministry for, since 2012, but I moved to the Regional Services branch about 3 years ago, and I've been working with Bonnie for many, many years. So some of the things that the Regional Services branch does, we'll start there, is that there's kind of like 4 key pillars that we do. So we do transfer payment administration and program delivery. So that's working for the delivery of financial and non-financial programs. Although this serves primarily not-for-profit organizations, there's still for-profit organizations that are able to apply for grants. Some of the local initiatives that we work on is with seniors, women, children and youth, Indigenous population, low-income populations, immigration, Francophones, municipalities, etc. It's a very wide spectrum of people that we serve. Secondly, we help build capacity and organizational support. So we help build and foster relationship among organizations of all levels of governments. We provide consultation services as well. So if there's a grant that you're not comfortable with or familiar with, we can go through the guidelines with you and help you with that. As well as we provide local intelligence. So anything you share with us, that's why we like to meet with you, because if the ministry asks like, oh, what's going on in this region, we're aware of it and we can feed that up. So if there's any local issues or community development initiatives, we can provide that information to the ministry, as well as that information also helps us develop government programs and policies. Fourthly, public affairs support. So if the minister or deputy minister is coming for a visit in the area, we usually help facilitate that visit with help with Bonnie and other local organizations if they want to see a specific area or have an idea of what they want to see. We usually put together that itinerary. So as a tourism advisor, I work with a few specific grants, including Experience Ontario, the Marquee Events Program, the Summer Employment Opportunities Program, as well as museum and libraries. We also work with many agencies like the Ontario Arts Council, Ontario Creates, the Ontario Cultural Actions Fund, and the Ontario Trillium Foundation. So I've spoken about the tourism side. Bonnie, if you give me 2 seconds, I'm just going to say that there's a community side to this as well. So the community advisor for this area is Sharon Prue. Sharon works on the community side. So the Regional Services Branch does service multiple ministries beyond the Ministry of Tourism, Culture, and Gaming. So that is also the Ministry of Seniors and Accessibility, Minister of Sport, the Ministry of Francophone Affairs, and the Ministry of Citizen and Multiculturalism. So those have their own grants that we also help consult on. And Sharon is the primary contact for those grants, but a lot of those things kind of go together. So like um, the Francophone Community Grant, some tourism entities apply for those grants. So we kind of it goes all together. So municipalities can apply for those grants as well as tourism grants. So my contact information is on the screen if you ever want to talk about any grants or just catch up. And if you're interested in any of the other grants offered through Regional Services Branch, I can put you in contact with Sharon.
Thank you, Mia. As you can see, Mia is a great resource, so feel free to reach out to her.
Always.
Okay, so we just wanted to give you an idea of what we call our tourism funnel, how it works and how we connect with different organizations. So it flows from the ground up, beginning with the local tourism businesses such as hotels, attractions, and tour operators that create the visitor experience. These businesses are supported and promoted by your local destination marketing organizations, your DMOs and your DMPs, which package and market community level offerings. The DMOs feed information into the RTOs, us, and which build broader regional identities and initiatives, and in turn connect to Destination Ontario, which is the provincial body that markets Ontario as a whole. At the top, you'll see Destination Canada, and what they do is they promote the entire country in global markets. Information, products, and branding flow upward through the funnel, while marketing, funding, and visitor demand flow back down, ultimately benefiting all of the local businesses. And this is our team. We are a small but mighty team of 4 individuals that bring a wealth of knowledge and skills to the organization. And later you will hear from my colleagues, Meg, Steve, and Leslie. As our core funder, the ministry establishes the guidelines and pillars within which we operate. My colleagues and I will now provide a brief overview of the strategy and key initiatives undertaken in each pillar. Under product development, our focus is on strengthening partner capacity by identifying and closing gaps that may limit product development and ensuring that opportunities are actively pursued across the region. By equipping partners with the right tools, resources, and knowledge, we enable them to create high-value, competitive tourism products that stand out in the marketplace. We also encourage innovation and collaboration, helping partners to enhance existing offerings or bringing new experiences to life. Over the past fiscal year, this work has been advanced through a series of strategic initiatives, including in-depth data research to guide decision-making, targeted workshops and webinars to build skills and foster collaboration, and ongoing industry communications to keep partners informed, engaged, and aligned with regional priorities. Check out our industry site, rto9.ca, to keep informed. And now I'm going to turn it over to Steve and Leslie to give you an overview of our marketing.
Hi, everybody. My name's Steve Weir, and I'm the Senior Marketing Manager with RTO9, Regional Tourism Organization 9, Southeastern Ontario. My role as Senior Manager with RTO9 is to lead the creation and execution of marketing strategies that position our region as a must-visit travel destination. My role is to lead RTO9's marketing vision, build partnerships, and deliver campaigns that strengthen Southeastern Ontario's reputation as a vibrant, connected destination. We work closely with federal and provincial partners, tourism operators, and municipalities, as well as destination marketing organizations, DMOs, like Lennox and Addington County. Rob Plumley, Community Development Officer, is participating on the call today, and he'll be speaking later in the presentation. We try our best to align campaigns and maximize reach, fostering cross-promotion among destinations in Southeastern Ontario, to encourage multi-destination visitation. Our paid media strategy includes seasonal thematic marketing campaigns in partnership with Destination Ontario and other tourism partners. Campaigns like our new waterway guides, winter wellness, culinary, and cycle trails are just a few examples. These campaigns target major cities and regions within Ontario, including Toronto and Ottawa. As well, we target Quebec residents, in particular those in Montreal and the surrounding area. We also target New York State, cities like Buffalo and Syracuse to attract our neighbors to the south who are interested in exploring Canada close to home. In addition to working with our destination partners, we strengthen our reach by working closely with key provincial organizations like the Culinary Tourism Alliance, Attractions Ontario, and Ontario by Bike. These partnerships help us extend the Southeastern Ontario brand to target niche audiences, foodies, families, and active travelers through established and trusted channels. In earned media, we amplify our efforts and build credibility with our audience through joint media releases and regional media kits. We coordinated hosted media familiarization tours, also known as a FAM tour, that cross sub-regional boundaries, collaborating with influencers who can authentically speak to multiple locations in one trip. We also pitch regional storylines that highlight unique multi-destination experiences and itineraries. In partnership with our marketing agency, we develop an annual marketing plan that outlines campaigns, our budgets, and key performance indicators. Access to research and visitor data help to guide these joint decision-making. Destination marketing organizations like our local marketing experts in our communities, like Rob, they know their audiences, assets, and stories the best. And we at the RTO9 work in partnerships with DMOs to align messaging, strengthen the visitor journey, and avoid duplication. It's critical to work together to increase the region's visibility and competitiveness in Ontario and in Canada and internationally as well. We create strong visitor experiences that encourage long stays and return trips while ensuring that marketing dollars are maximized through aligned and collaboration efforts. Ultimately, as the saying goes, a rising tide lifts all boats. The stronger our regional tourism brand, the stronger each business within it becomes. Now over to Leslie, our digital marketing manager. Leslie.
Thanks, Steve. Good morning, everyone. I'm Leslie, the digital marketing manager with RTO9, and my role is to manage our digital presence, including our website, social media channels, blogs, and newsletters, and to use those platforms to share the story of Southeastern Ontario with potential visitors. As you saw from the map, Southeastern Ontario is a large and diverse region, and within it, there are thousands of tourism-related businesses, from accommodations and restaurants to farms, shops, galleries, attractions, trails, and more. My role is to promote the region as a whole through our own digital channels. I'm fortunate to work with a small but gifted team of contracted creators who support content development. This includes our digital ambassador team. They live at destination and capture authentic photos and short-form video content. We will also work with freelance writers who help us craft blog stories, itineraries, and travel guides. I build out our seasonal content calendar, which serves as a roadmap for weekly storytelling across our channels. These calendars are guided by consumer research, seasonal themes, and emerging travel trends. Once drafted, the calendars are shared with our DMO partners like Rob from LNA. We connect regularly with all DMOs across Southeast Ontario each month, and they have the opportunity to share new offerings, events, opportunities they would like to highlight. Every business is important to us, and we aim to showcase as many as possible over time. We strive to be as fair and equitable as possible, which is sometimes a challenge with our region being so large that we can only feature a limited amount of locations in each blog and theme. However, by keeping your local DMO informed, we can ensure your business is considered for upcoming campaigns and seasonal themes. Our website and channels are designed to inspire and promote the region as a whole. Instead of operating as a directory, we use blogs, guides, and reels to showcase experiences and spark curiosity. For visitors seeking practical details such as accommodation listings or events, our site provides direct links to destination partners' listings and calendars. This allows us to focus on creating engaging stories that motivate travel while ensuring travelers still have access to the most accurate and up-to-date information at the destination level, and helps bring more people through your doors. On the industry side, we also have our RTO9 website, social media, and a monthly industry newsletter. This is where you can find resources and information on upcoming workshops and events. And if you haven't already signed up for the newsletter, there'll be a QR code at the end of this presentation. And now back to you, Bonnie. Thank you.
Thanks, Steve and Leslie. For workforce development, our priority is to position tourism as a career of choice in southeastern Ontario by highlighting the many opportunities the sector offers and by raising awareness of its vital role in our regional economy. We are committed to increasing industry access to valuable workforce development tools, resources, and training that strengthen skills, build capacity, and foster long-term career growth. By ensuring that the tourism sector is valued and supported across the region, we empower industry partners to make informed strategic decisions about their workforce needs. Over the past fiscal year, this work has included the sharing of industry research, active participation in workforce development initiatives, and the planning of our upcoming tourism summit taking place November 4th and 5th in Kingston. This event will bring together industry leaders, partners, and stakeholders for knowledge sharing, networking, and collaboration. Tickets are available now on our industry site. In investment attraction, we're committed to connecting tourism operators with relevant, timely, and actionable data and research that supports informed decision-making. By collaborating on high-value, high-utility research projects, we ensure that partners have access to the insights they need to guide investments, identify emerging opportunities, and strengthen competitiveness. The information generated through these collaborative efforts has been well received by partners and importantly has translated into meaningful actions across the region. Over the past fiscal year, our work has focused on advancing research initiatives and exploring new investment opportunities that align with both industry needs and regional priorities. Now over to Meg for our partnerships.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Meg Dabros. I'm the operations manager here at RTO9. In my role, I help oversee the Partnership Fund program and support a variety of administrative initiatives, from organizing board activities and workshops to webinars to product development projects. So one of the key pillars here that guides our work that we do at RTO9 is partnerships. Our goal with this pillar is simple. It's to provide meaningful support to tourism partners across southeastern Ontario and to build strong collaborative relationships through ongoing communication. We do this by working on special projects with strategic partners such as Destination Ontario, Destination Canada, the Tourism Industry Association of Ontario, the Tourism Industry Association of Canada, and sector groups like the Culinary Tourism Alliance, Ontario by Bike, Attractions Ontario, and many others. These partnerships open the door to new opportunities and help strengthen the region's economic development. Another major piece of this work is the Partnership Fund program. This is a 50-50 cost share funding initiative we release each year to support businesses in enhancing their tourism products. The funding categories change annually based on what the industry needs most, whether that's signage, marketing initiatives, or professional photos, even event support or training opportunities. The goal is always to help businesses stay competitive, fill gaps, and be market ready. Beyond funding and collaboration within the industry, our team also represents Southeastern Ontario at regional, provincial, and national events as speakers and panelists. By participating in these larger conversations, we're able to help highlight the amazing work happening across our region and make sure our destinations and businesses have a voice on the bigger stage. So next, I would like to introduce Rob Plumley, who's representing Lennox and Addington counties, who's going to share some more information about his organization and the work that they're doing to assist tourism in Lennox and Addington.
All right. Can you hear me okay?
We sure can.
All right, perfect. All right, so I'm Rob Plumley. I'm the Community Development Officer for Lennox and Addington County. I've worked with the county for the last 20 years, which means I'm getting pretty old. Not as old as Steve Weir, but getting old. Sorry, Steve, I can't help it. So I work in the responsible mainly for kind of tourism initiatives and small business support. So for those of you on the call that aren't aware, located in southeastern Ontario. The southern part of our county is between Kingston and Belleville, and we head all the way north up to the borders of Renfrew County. We're split into two different RTOs, so we're in southeastern Ontario in the south, and in the northern part of the county is in RTO 11, Ontario's Highlands. The southern part, we're 2 hours from Toronto and Ottawa. We're 3 hours from Montreal, and we're a little less than an hour from the US border. Our population is 45,000, and our municipalities are Addington Highlands, Stone Mills, Greater Napanee, and Loyalist Township. Our vision, I'll just read it off here. So using the Natural LNA brand to position Lennox and Addington as a dynamic tourist destination, celebrated for its natural beauty, rural charm, and diverse experiences. A place where residents and visitors can create meaningful connections with an authentic cultural and natural assets while supporting local businesses and attractions that enrich their quality of life. Thank you, ChatGPT, for that. This is a bit of a map on where we kind of focus our digital marketing efforts. It expands and contracts depending on what particular thing we're trying to push. But really, it's about a 3 hour, 3.5 hour east, 3 hours and a half west, spanning basically from Niagara right through to Montreal, and then up north into Ottawa as well. I'll just briefly touch on some of the things we do. It's mainly visual, what I'll be chatting about today. But we do some paid digital campaigns through Facebook, Instagram, and Google. Just some numbers. So we showcase LNA's opportunities and experiences. And so far this year, as of the end of September, there's been over 614,000 website views on our tourism pages, which is pretty great. That we do quite a targeted approach to try and get the right eyeballs on the right things for our things. We do a lot on the social media organic side as well. From May 1st to August 31st, we have a summer student that really focuses all of her efforts or his efforts. It's been hers in the past. This year, her name's Miranda. She did 28 different experience blogs and 48 reels that resulted in 740,000 more than that impressions on Facebook and Instagram alone. That doesn't incorporate some of the stuff that she does on the newsletter and some of her blog posts as well. So we try and stay consistent as best we can. We're currently on a 1,373-day Facebook posting streak. So we haven't missed a day since October 4th of 2022, which yeah, sometimes it's kind of close, but we always get them up there. So we also, some of you or most of you are probably subscribed to our e-newsletter. We've been doing these since 2009. Every Thursday at around 10 o'clock, they go out. We're up over 20,000 subscribers now. They have above average industry open rates and click rates as well. It's a good way to kind of circulate our social media posts to people that may not necessarily be following us on social. And then this year, we also, for the last couple of years, we've had a contest that runs throughout the summer and early fall. I'll chat a little bit more about that as well. Excuse me, I've had a bit of a cold, so I'm a little whinier than normal. My apologies. This is just some visuals about kind of what we showcase when we do our digital marketing. We do quite a bit of work on itinerary development here in the county. So this is just a bit of a look-see of kind of the things that we offer. Everything from paddling and dining to fishing and even in Goats on the Roof up in Conway. They've got a pretty cool experience there too that we try and push as much as we can, and it gets a lot of eyeballs on our things, and it ultimately leads to more visitation to the Loyalist Trading Company at that location. Here's some more. I'll get into a lot more of this a little bit later on, but cycling, stargazing, boating, outdoor experiences are some of the big things that we promote. We do it both by by community and also by a specific experience. This is an example of kind of what we do for the Google Pro Max advertising that we do. It's just a lot of headlines, a lot of image-based things, and it generates a lot of real targeted eyeballs on what we're trying to promote here. But we do this for I think we had 74, 75 different image campaign type things within our overall campaign this year. So what we try and do is we see what works, what doesn't work, and then kind of tweak and if one's doing particularly well, we kind of shift our budget a little bit towards the ones that are performing the best to get more people onto our website and learning about all things Lennox and Addington County. What we also did this year, the first time on I guess a combined role. Everybody that sees our tourism images and our campaign, they also get it gets recycled and remarketed to kind of towards the lifestyle campaigns as well. So it's not just the come and visit, but it's also if you come and visit and you really like what you see, there are opportunities to live, work, and do business here in the county. So we have a certain point of our budget that kind of gets those images back in the face of the people that have visited from a tourism aspect as well. We'll chat a little bit more about the contest. It's one of our big draws. We get a lot of entries every year, a lot of emails which we use for our newsletter and for different targeted things as well. It's a 3-day trip through Lennox and Addington County with a lot of great businesses and destinations that are incorporated into that. Last year's winner, her and her partner enjoyed it so much that she wrote a blog for us and with picture based and we were able to kind of double use what we got from last year's contest into a great piece that had a lot of views on it as well, which was just a nice little bonus for us. We also did, if anybody was driving up and down the 401, this was something that we looked at, but last year we partnered with Steve at RTO9 for a digital campaign that they did through southeastern Ontario, and it got a lot of people talking, especially locally. So we really looked at it and probably expedited what we were going to do on that thanks to RTO9. So we were able to run this from beginning of July until the early September, and it generated over 2.5 million views on our brand and some of the opportunities that we have for visitation here in the county. There's also smaller boards in Kingston and in the Belleville, Prince Edward area that we were able to utilize with some very similar messaging as well. I'm going to shift over to some of the tourism products that the county owns themselves or has a big piece in. One of them, which is the Lennox and Addington Dark Sky Viewing Area. So we started that site with the help of a local expert, Terrence Dickinson, who was a resident of the county, but he was also Canada's leading amateur astronomer and owned a stargazing magazine and wrote 14 books. So he was pretty much the authority across the country. And he told us if we built a little site in a particular area in Stone Mills Township, that we'd get a lot of tourism visits. And he was bang on. We have become one of the top stargazing destinations in Ontario. We have this year alone, we had over 4,000 people register for events, with thousands more visiting for general stargazing throughout the season. 80% of the visitors travel more than 2 hours to get here. So I think locals, I think taking for granted is the wrong term, but they can see the stars from the end of their driveway here in Lennox and Addington County. So it's not necessarily something that the locals see, but people that live along the 401 corridor or into Toronto, Ottawa, Montreal, they can see like 2 stars, maybe, and one of them's a planet, and one of them's probably the moon. So they want to drive and see 3,000-4,000 stars that light up the sky from horizon to horizon, and we have some really great volunteers that that help to kind of tell the story of the sky with laser tours and astrophotography events and moon related events as well. So it's been a real big win for us, and it's been something that we're going to continue to push because it brings people here during the day, they stay the night, and then it's basically a for the most part it's a 2 day 1 night visit for everybody that comes to Dark Sky. So it's a pretty big win for us. This is just a little bit more on the image side. We've been really lucky with a lot of Aurora Borealis the last little while. So we've got a lot of photos now on the Aurora side of things. The logos on the left are just the events that we do. So we have laser guided stargazing tours, astrophotography, up close with the moon, and then we also have few nights a year where we do triple features that kind of incorporate everything into one. It all depends on when the moon comes up, of course, but we try and squeeze those in as well. We also do geocaching. This past year, this was our 11th annual geocaching event. We're known as the longest running and largest geocaching event in the country. This past year, we had over 1,000 people from across North America visit us, and then into Europe as well. We always get a few Europeans that make the trip over specifically for us, which is pretty incredible. So anything that we do on the event side of things, including Dark Sky, we just spoke about, we do the events to kind of highlight the season long opportunity that is there. So with stargazing, it's general stargazing, basically 12 months a year. With geocaching, it's from basically March until December. Geocaching gets a little harder when it snows because you also have to dig through the snow, not just look for things. So that's another one, and we get lots of geocachers that come throughout the course of the year, and anybody that finds the ones that we hide ourselves, I get an email about, so we know that they're here all the time. Shifting to cycling, we really see cycling as a big draw for us. We've had cycling routes in our county that kind of coincided with our widening of the paved shoulders back in 2005. So we've had a good 20 years of cycle tourism in the county that we've been pushing. That's everywhere from Amherst Island right up into Denby into Addington Highlands. So there's been cycle tourism here for a long time. The last few years, we've really tried to incorporate events in order to draw people in at least once a year, and we hope that they come and experience other parts of it other times as well. So gravel ride is one. Gravel cycling has really seen a huge jump in popularity over the last few years, so we took advantage of that. This past year, we had over 435 riders participate in our events from across Ontario and beyond. And it promotes our 10 back road cycling routes that we have on our website. We also have a road cycling event. This is our ninth consecutive year. This year we had 375 people participate, and it showcases our paved road cycling opportunities. Thirdly, this was a brand new ride, and part of the reason why I probably look a little exhausted today on the call. We just had our Tall Pines ride this past Saturday in Addington Highlands. So it was to showcase our forest trails in Flinton. We had 153 cyclists participate in this first year event, which is what we were hoping for this one as a first year ride. It did some work inside our 10-kilometer forest trail system, which I'll chat about in a second. But there was also 40 kilometers of back road riding right during the peak of fall color season in that part of the county, which was pretty nice to watch. And it didn't hurt that it was summer-like conditions over the weekend as well. So this is our forest trail system. It's a county-owned property that I actually help build the trails in there itself and maintain them and all that type of thing. Helps keep the weight off, I guess. Adds to my step count. But it's a big opportunity for us, particularly because it's only 20 minutes from Bon Echo Park. We're trying to pull not only people from across the region, but also people from Bonneco, 200,000 plus that visit there every year to do some cycling outside the park, because really the cycling is allowed in the camping areas, but their trails aren't inducive to actual cycling. They're not permitted there, so this is an opportunity for cyclists to get out and explore the woods, which is starting to really happen there. I'm going to shift gears a little bit. As you know, we see events generation as a real big economic activity for us. So we actually have a funding program that's available each year. $40,000 is distributed to event organizers and product development people on the tourism side, that help kind of enhance their events, or gives them something different that they haven't had in previous years, or new events as well. 40,000 or $4,000 available per project, with an additional 25% that we use for direct digital marketing through our social media. This is just an example. Just I won't even read through it, but just some of the events that we've highlighted through the program in 2025. I just wanted to chat. This is one example in particular. They had a nominal. They've received some funding through us. It wasn't a huge amount, but the digital marketing support that we were able to generate through our social media campaign, it really created a big impact for us, and I think it helped to bring more people into the county, into downtown Napanee for the Guitars and Cars event. Over 85,000 impressions over the 9-day campaign. Over just a shade under 5,000 link clicks to our page on our website about it, and the cost per click was pretty minor as well. So it was a big one, and we've seen across the board, with all of the events that we supported this year, the impact that our digital campaigns have made is it's getting more bums in the seats, or more people visiting, which is what we're hoping to do. Just going to wrap this up. For those of you that are business owners, or those of you that have visited the county, chances are you've seen or heard about our Local Thing campaign. It's been going on since 2020, and it really highlights local shops, restaurants, service providers, and manufacturers that are operated here in the county. It just stresses supporting local means you're investing in your neighbors. This year, with all the things happening with tariff threats and all that, we also introduced it to a bit of a sub campaign that ran through the summer called "It's Naturally It's a Canadian Thing," which also saw a great response as well. All of the campaigns link directly to our online directory, so that people can learn more about the businesses and ultimately visit there. So here's a couple shots of what we try and do on the tourism side to highlight the local business owners and staff. And then this is more just on the Canadian Thing side. So rush through it a little bit because I know everybody's busy, but if anyone has any questions, you can give me a call anytime or send me an email, and I'm happy to answer any questions that you have.
That's great. Thank you, Rob. Does anyone have any questions right now, or anything in the chat?
I just see a nice comment there from Heather Robertson, one of our directors, saying that it was an incredibly successful event for the cycling. And I'm assuming also the Guitars and Cars event. It looked busy, Rob.
Yeah, I'm gonna go have a nap after this. Let's put it that way. And Steve, I'm sorry I made fun of you before. I apologize.
All good.
No
All good.
trouble. No trouble.
So a little last plug for our Southeastern Ontario Tourism Summit coming up. November 4th and 5th. Tickets are still available. Go to our industry website, rto9.ca, and you'll see it in one of the sliders coming across. And thank you everyone for your time today. And I think there we go. And sign up for our industry newsletter. And feel free to reach out to any of our staff. On our industry website is all our contact information as well. Mia's is on there, and Rob's provided his, but if you didn't get it, we can always provide it as well. So thank you everyone, and have a wonderful day.